Hey guys, Adam the Historian Ghost Hunter here. As you saw in my last video, or maybe you didn't, I don't know if I've uploaded it yet or not, the fire tower there, Moosehead. I'm in Greenville. We're in the Greenville area, Greenville, Maine, by the Moosehead Lake. And there was like a fire tower there, but that'll come if you haven't seen it yet. Main reason why I came out today, in 1963, on January 24th, a B-52 bomber, which is basically a big military aircraft, was en route. I'm not sure quite where, but it unfortunately crashed here in the Maine woods on Elephant Mountain. And there's a placard to the 7 people that died, and the 2 survived, and one of them's passed away now, I believe. But there's a placard here, and there is literally, as you can see, pieces of this plane everywhere. We'll get to that in a second. Here's the placard. Here it's hard to read. I'll read it to you. In memory of those who lost their lives in the B-52 crash of January 24th, 1963, Lieutenant Colonel Joe S. Simpson Jr., Major William W. Gabriel, Major Herbert L. Hansen, Major Robert J. Hill, Major Robert J. Morrison, Captain Charles C. Lucher, Lieutenant Sergeant Michael F. O'Keefe, I believe is what that is, and dedicated to the 2 survivors, Lieutenant Colonel Dante E. Bully, and there's no date underneath him, but there is Captain Gerald J. Alder, 1998, so that must be when he passed, so there's probably 1 survivor now, but check this out. This is on Atlas Obscura. It's also just Maine. People in Maine know about it, because you don't really have B-52s in Maine, let alone sites. Boy, so yeah, they all died. I don't know if they got, I haven't done a super lot of research. I don't know if they probably got flung, or if they just literally died in this shell, because of the glass windows were, whew, what an eerie feeling. And there, like I said, there's pieces everywhere. If you look, there's gears and shafts and belts, and look at the inside of that. People have carved their names. I'm not going to do that. It tells you on the sign in front not to take anything. I'm not going to do that either. It's very easy. A lot of stuff's loose, a lot of pipes. This little thing here, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pay the respects. I took some pictures. I have documented it before. I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough real quick in the woods if you guys don't mind. And there's just stuff everywhere. It looks like it kind of started on the mountain, and it looks like once it started tumbling down, it crashed and went to the right there, and where the main cab is. So look here, look at that. There's some tires up there. More siding stuff. See tubes and belts, different stuff. All the placards. Oh my God. I started coming in and it said B-52 crash site memorial, and you see a piece in the beginning. You go in the woods, maybe about 10 feet, you see a first piece, and then you just see them everywhere. Big piece back there. Tires, just pieces and trees. It's pretty wild. People take their snowmobiles up here. My sister's been up here in her snowmobile, but there's possibly a window. There's some lettering on it. But that part down there, that's the big part. So I'm trying not to step on anything. But yeah, this is just a small sample. It's just everywhere. Out the woods, you look to the right and left, find a belt or some sort of tire or something, tube, or a crankcase or a chain or something, a chain link up there or something. A lot of it's got flags on it. There's a tube there. So you go to the front, like a fueling tube maybe. There. This happened, close to 80 years ago. There's pieces in the trees. I wouldn't think those were placed there, but who knows? But if you look, it looks like a graveyard, a junkyard of stuff, and the plane just hit so hard and so fast and so big and just shot off in pieces. There's a hook up in the tree. Look at that chain. Like, what's that? A wheel spin thing, So here's the front of the trail. Oop. Left a little donation, but it's basically no fee, free parking. Just a little bit of a drive, that's for sure, down this crazy dirt road. It's pretty sketchy. It's I don't know if there's an easier way to come here, but the way I took it is a private road. It's all dirt, and it's like it's like big enough for like 1 lane. It's all dirt, bumpy. I said, this can't be the main way. So it's definitely a trek. Do some research. You're not going to want to come out here when it's winter. So that was the gist of it. Like I said, there's more pieces scattered here, there, and everywhere. This is what I first came up on. And I said, okay, well, there's got to be more than this scattered. And then I start walking more, because there's not really a lot. It tells you more is up here. It just tells you that's up here. And look at that. This area holds parts and pieces of the B-52C that crashed here January 24th, 1963. They were once removed and have thankfully been returned to their resting place. That doesn't make sense. I'll have to look into that. I wonder if the government moved some pieces to test them. Maybe the big ones got removed because the bodies were in them, but I highly doubt each little individual piece was removed. Look at them all scattered. I don't think the leaves do it any justice. It is October here in Maine. Foliage is at its peak. It's our keyboard almost, our piano. Look at this. No idea what this is. But, yeah. I'm sure a lot of you listening probably like the crunching of the leaves. Maybe a lot of you listening, or watching, I should say, don't have an autumn where you are, don't have the pumpkin patches like we do in Maine. So thanks for tuning in. It's a little extra, little foliage peeping for you. I'll stop the video when I get to the front. There's the front there. There's a nice little sign. You guys can see that. I essentially thought these broken trees might have been part of it, but these are past the site. Nice red flowers on there. And even there's more here. This is what kind of got my fancy too. Kind of got me at my interest peak, so to speak, when I first came through the gate. I thought I had a walk, man. I had a water with me. I was all pumped already. And it's not that far. It's still a hike because it's high. It's steep. But I was here for like a half hour alone. And like 10 people showed up. That's when I leave. So, it's about 70 here in Maine today. Not bad. It's usually pretty chilly. Moosehead Riders. Yeah, some riders come through here. Quiet, please. This is a crash site where many of our military lost their lives. Thank you. Please do not remove anything from the site, which we didn't do. I'm not into that. Unless someone grants me permission or offers me.